Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review of the Deluxe Dino Stegazord from Power Rangers Dino Thunder. As I mentioned in my review of the Thundersaurus Megazord, there's a chance I have reviewed these before, but I'm revisiting them like I did with a few other things, so if you'd be like, hey, you already reviewed that, then go back and watch both and see how the opinions of past and present Dawson differ. That guy's completely unreliable, don't like him at all. In fact, future me hates me, present me, so like all the me's are just really in a huge, they're in a tiff. And these Dino Thunder reviews have been really weird. I have like really weird bits within the first minute. Anyway, before I completely prattle on about nonsense, let's get started with the review. So, the main Dino Stegazord comprises of the Dragozord and the Stegazord, but in this set you also do get the Dimetro Zord, which obviously can combine with it because of the auxiliary gimmick, but is not part of the core transformation. It's usually an auxiliary Zord. I don't know if the Japanese version came with him. I don't think it did, because I know this guy was sold individually. I guess if that's true and they just had the 3 formation for the American release, I guess they did it because it just seemed more worth it to have 3 Zords. I don't know. But yeah, so you do get that with this set, and he can combine with this or the Thundersaurus Megazord. Since I'm talking about him, let's go ahead and show him off, I guess. So the Dimetro Zord, he's a pretty cool looking Zord. I've mentioned previously that I do like the Dino Thunder designs a lot, and I think this guy's pretty cool looking. They have a really neat design. The paint jobs on him really cool. I really love that he's got like a saw blade on his back, and that's how they featured his gimmick. And you actually even have a smaller one here on his head. He's got golden teeth. You can open his mouth. He's kind of a menacing and cool looking Zord. I really dig him. And then you have the Stegazord here, which even though he's part of the main formation, technically he also started off as an auxiliary Zord in Dino Thunder and Power Ranger, and then, you know, he was commandeered by Drago Ranger or Power Killer. But yeah, he's the most, I hate to use that word because I feel like it's a Transformers review word, but most kibbly of all of the Dino Thunder Zords, in terms of like you can see this large base here, and then you got the wheels and stuff. Like all the other ones look fairly accurate to show, and not that this guy doesn't, but he's got the most toy parts you can see, but still pretty solid looking. He does have, I was messing around with this, a little motor thing, like the Thundersaurus Megazord has the drill, and this guy's little spikes here will move at the top, and he will roll a little bit. Now mine, I don't know what it is. I changed the batteries and it's not working. The same thing happened to me with, I think it was Isis Megazord, that like even though I changed the batteries, it just stopped working, so I don't know what that is, but just know that it does have that feature. If you go back and watch the old review I did, if I did one, then it probably worked in that one, so I don't know what's wrong there, but just know that's supposed to happen. But yeah, that's the Stegazord. He's supposed to do stuff like roll and move his spikes, and his little mouth opens. Now the main event here is the Dragozord, or Top Galer, and he is really cool, one of my favorite Zords. He's based off of this dinosaur with like this really complicated name, I don't remember what it is, but still, it's really cool. It's a very large scale winged Zord. You can move his wings at various like displays if you want, so you can be like, ah! That was my noise, that was terrible. You can move his little mouth, you can move his neck a little bit and his head, and you can move his feet here as well. They bend and stuff, so you can get him in some sort of like bird-like poses or winged dinosaur-like poses. I just really dig the design of him. I love the color scheme on him because I really like the White Ranger's suit, and I think this definitely carries on that look well. I just think it's a really sleek, cool looking Zord, and like with the others, I think that the toy version definitely did a good job of doing it justice. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and combine him together in Megazord mode, and then after that we'll take a quick look at its sort of combined mode with the Thundersaurus Megazord. Alright, just had to take cut away there for a second. So now we will do the transformation for the main Dino Stegazord. I'm just going to take this guy away for a second because you don't really need him. So for this, you're pretty much just going to disassemble a lot of them. Just take the legs off. We'll set those aside. The wings, separate it from the core body here, and those will all be doing stuff separately. For the Stegazord, it's really easy. You're just going to sort of flip him over and flip his legs out of the way, and then these are going to flip out to become well, the helmet, but I'll do that last, I guess. So that's really easy prep for him. And then these are actually going to become the legs, so you fold these pieces out and down, and they're going to become the legs like this. Just go ahead and we're going to snap it in right here. There you go. So that's the legs, very easy to do. Let's move up a little bit. Take these, and they're going to become the hands. Let me get it right. There we go. And then this core piece here, fold that away. Right down here there's a little piece that comes down, so it'll be a handle. Fold this up, fold this out. And then right here there's a little tiny peg here to hold this. It kind of reminds me of like the old 90s Power Rangers toys. They had a very similar system of that to hold their weapons. But that's how you hold that there. And then flip these open and you get the helmet face. And there you have the Dino Stegazord, which is a pretty cool looking Megazord. I really dig it quite a bit. I like the colors on it. I think the helmet's a really unique design. It looks very bat-like. But very, very cool. I'll mention and have mentioned numerous times I dig the designs from this series, and I really like this one in particular. I think it's pretty cool looking. You can move the arms around a little bit, and you do have some bendable articulation, which is kind of neat for that. Really cool stuff there. For the Dimetro Zord, to get him ready for transformation, it's really simple. You can just kind of lift his legs out of the way, and then you just kind of fold him in half, and he becomes like this. And where is his... There it is. And then you can just replace his arm here. So take that off and snap it on, and you have the saw arm there. And obviously it will work also for the Thundersaurus Megazord. And then you can either just push this wherever, or you can store it on the staff, which looks kind of funny. But yeah, that's how they advertise it with the third Zord, which is kind of a neat inclusion since they handled auxiliaries kind of funny in that year. But yeah, overall, a really neat Megazord. I really like it, and the Dimetro Zord is just a plus for all of your Dino Thunder Zord collection. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and actually get these guys back into their regular modes so we can show off the combined mode with this and the Thundersaurus Megazord. Okay, so I have them back in their individual modes to do the transformation of the Thundersaurus, and they're very easy to get ready. For the Dragozord here, all you're really going to do is, I'm going to fold this up, is just lay him out flat. I'm just going to kind of set him aside here. And for the Stegazord, it's even easier. Just pull the whole top piece off and separate it, and there's two little normal peg joints here, or peg hole things, and you set them on the side. And this is how you would combine it with Thundersaurus as well when it used Stegazord as a auxiliary. So that's neat. But so you just place them on top. These little feet kind of fit in here. You just kind of finagle it right. They kind of snap in. So that's how it was when it was just an auxiliary Zord. It just kind of surfed on it before it got commandeered. And then just this, you just snap right on the back. Like that. I think that's the way it goes. I don't think there's anything else. But that is his combined mode, which you can't even see. But it's got the Stegazord on the bottom. It's got Terrazord falling off like a crooked painting. And its wings. I don't remember if in our show they used this specific mode of them just together like this. They used one, I know, which looks cooler, where they have the helmet piece and the weapons from the Mezzodon that go on him, so it'll cover that, and it looks cooler like that. But still, as far as combined modes go, it kind of leaves a lot to be desired. Even with the extra pieces, if you have the Mezzodon Megazord, there's just really not too much going on there. I mean, it can save space a little bit in terms of combining it, but because you have this large base and the large wings, it also kind of creates a lot of space issues. But yeah, that's the combined mode. It looks a lot cooler if you have Mezzodon. Unfortunately, I do not. I hope to eventually get my hands on one someday. But that pretty much covers it for the Dino Stegazord. I really do dig it. I've mentioned numerous times in these reviews that I really like the Dino Thunder designs, and I in particular like this Megazord a lot. I think it's really cool, so if you're a fan of Power Ranger or Dino Thunder, I can definitely recommend picking it up. It looks really good on display. The gimmick with like the motor and stuff, if it works, is fun for switching out with the auxiliaries. I just think it's overall a pretty solid line, so I can recommend it there. But anyway, until next time, make sure you check out the crazy podcast at writersrangersrambles.com, and of course don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, it's Awesome Writer, signing out.